What's up, y'all? So today I wanted to talk about that question that we may have all asked ourselves several times, and it's, am I man enough? And every single time I ask myself this question, I always get the same answer. It's just be yourself. And it's hard because, I'm stealth and I try not to I don't I don't want people to look at me and they see how I move and they're like, oh, you're different. Why are you different? Or are you a man? But I then realized like every every man is different. Just because I'm not how society, I guess in a sense, wants me to be doesn't mean I'm any less than a man. I'm less than a man. Because I'm not. And it's just also realizing that I shouldn't be living for other people. I should live for myself. Like if it's something that I want to change, I should change it. If you want to be more masculine and whatever your definition of more masculine is, do that. But do it because you want to. Because definitely throughout your whole journey, there's going to be someone in your ear, or there's going to be people around you that's telling you, hey, a man's supposed to do this. This is how you're supposed to act. This is how you're supposed to move. But just because they're saying all those things doesn't mean you have to do that. And it doesn't mean that you will be or you are less than a man. And it sucks because too, like, especially in the Black community, there's just this really terrible standard of what a man is, and people aren't trying to find out their own definition of what that means to them. And it's really annoying because, as a community, we put that on people saying like, oh man, you can't be vulnerable, you can't show your feelings, you can't show your emotions. If you do that, you're soft or weak. And just because you do show your emotions doesn't make you weak or anything less than. It makes you really strong, because it takes a lot of strength and courage to show that side of yourselves, because not a lot of men do that or even try to. So just because there are people saying those things doesn't make it true, which is something too. Like, you just have to look at things like, well, this is what I want to do. I don't really care what you think. This is me. And if you don't fuck with it, fuck you. So that's basically that. Like, I know too, like with being trans, it's really hard because it's like we weren't necessarily taught some of the things that a lot of other guys were taught. So it's like we're trying to find out our own things and trying to find it out like through our own experiences and stuff. But I also feel like that's also good too, because I believe growing up as a cis man, like people that grow up as a cis man, they have these standards that society places onto them, which is if you are showing your emotions, if you are being vulnerable, that you're weak and you're soft. And if you are feminine, or if you are a little bit more feminine, if you are a little bit more feminine, that means you're gay. And that doesn't add up. That doesn't mean that's not right. That's not right at all. And for us, it's like we can find our own versions of what a man means, and it may be a little bit harder because we're also dealing with society and also trying to find what is right for us. And it's just, you just have to find your own way. I mean, at the end of the day, that's kind of how life is. It's like you have to find out what works for you. Just because it works for someone else doesn't mean it doesn't. Just because it works for someone else doesn't mean it works for you. And I also dealt with this type of thing in relationships. They would try to put that toxic masculinity onto me, and at one point it was like, okay, fine, if that was gonna make you happy, if that's gonna make me, I guess, seem more manly or more masculine, I'm gonna do it. Instead of realizing like that's not something I want to do, that's not who I am. And it put me in a bad place because I'm juggling. It's like, I got society, I got myself, and it's just like, what do I want to do? And with that, I feel like too, like, there's gonna be someone out there for you that's going to check all those boxes, that's not going to do those things that like putting those toxic masculinity things onto you. Because I know for me, when I was out there dating, before I met my girlfriend, it was like I try to hold on to these women because I felt like I would never find anyone that was for me and that wanted to date me and wanted to be with me because I am trans. And you know, dating while trans is hard, and it's hard to find a woman that, or a person that wants to be with you and not necessarily look past the fact that you are trans, but accepts it and wants to learn more about it. And they also see you for who you are. So, you know, in my case, I'm a man that has trans experience. It was hard for some women to see that I'm a man, but also have this experience with me too. And instead of them trying to get to know all of that, they wanted to put these other things onto me that didn't sit right with me. And you know, I should have took more time to really get to know the woman that I was dating at that time, and trying to see if they are okay with that, really okay with it. Because a lot of times they'll say, oh, that's fine, I don't really care about that, like I'm really open. But in reality they weren't. And it was really hard. It was a lot. And you know, when I met my girlfriend, it was just like, this is what love feels like. And you know, I always tell her, I wish I would have met you a long time ago. But at the same time, I felt like I wouldn't have been able to accept her, or I wasn't ready for her, because it was just, you know, I was in a different spot at that time, and I just felt like I wouldn't have been able to love her the way that I can love her now, you know. And that's basically, you're gonna find someone that's for you. It's just, you have to wait for them. And just because there's this one girl or this one person telling you, oh yeah, I don't care that you're trans, I don't care about any of this other stuff, I'm open, doesn't mean it's always true. Because they're gonna try to push these things onto you, and I promise you, if you notice that is happening, definitely have a talk with them and tell them, hey, that's not who I am. This is who I am, and if you can't accept that, then you have to leave. And that's just that on that. You feel me? So it's just, I don't want y'all to go through the same things that I did, because it is not fun. It is not a place where you want to be. And I'm saying all that to say that you are a man. You are man enough. You are whoever you want to be. And it doesn't always have to line up with how society is telling you to be. Like I said before, if there's some things you want to change, go ahead and do it. If you don't want to, don't do it. But it's all up to you. Like, don't get me wrong, if there's some things that you feel like you should change, like to make you a better person, go ahead. If it's like, for example, you have someone telling you that you're, just because if you tell someone how you're feeling and they're telling you that you're soft because you do that and you should change that doesn't mean it's right. So just do whatever makes you happy. And y'all always know, if y'all have any questions, if y'all want to just talk, just reach out to me. And if there's something I don't have the answer to, I'm definitely going to help you find it. But just know that you're not alone. There are people that's going through the same thing you are going through. And I just want y'all to know y'all got a friend in me. So I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. If there are any questions, any comments, or anything, feel free to reach out to me. And I hope y'all tune in and continue going on this journey with me. And I'll keep y'all updated on everything surgery related. I just had this on my heart and I wanted to put it out there for y'all because I know there are some other people out there that are feeling this way, and I just want you to know that you ain't gotta do that shit. So just know it's gonna get better. Keep your head up, and I love y'all.